Alright, so this is going to be an extra innings baseball tutorial video. This game is free on Tabletop Sports downloads, and all the seasons that there's a lot of seasons on there free. I have I have the 1978 American League, and I have the 2020 AL and NL Central. And sometimes I like the 2020 set and sometimes I don't, because the ratings with all games, because of the shortened season, some players have really good ratings, like Lucas Giolito. If you know, I'll be talking about this during the video, but his strikeout rating is a 455. And that is really good. So we're going to be going over how to play this game. And I don't know if this is going to be a series of videos or just one video. But we're going to start with how you play the game. So I have two teams. I'm not going to play a game. I'm not going to have lineups. I'm just going to pick players to hit, just so you can see some different scenarios. But I have the Reds and the White Sox from 2020. Lucas Giolito had a good year with that great strikeout rating, and then Jose Abreu, AL MVP. For the Reds, they had Trevor Bauer, NL Cy Young, and so charts that come with the game, and these are modified, so remember, this is my home rules for some of the readings I changed. So you're going to roll first on the first roll chart, and then there's stolen bases, which I had to write in myself. Sacrifice, bunt. I had to make this chart for if you fail, what happens on that. Then we have double plays, hit and run, sac flies, infield in, the pitcher adjustments, second roll chart, and umpire adjustments, which when I first got this game, I felt like the charts, all the different charts didn't really go together, but I have the umpire adjustment is I don't know, I don't always use it, sometimes I do. On the button are grounders, steals, and then walks and strikeouts. The umpires affect that, and they're not umpires aren't rated, they're just A, B, or C, and it's just a random you roll one die, and a 1 or 2 is an A, 3 or 4 is a B, and 5 or 6 is a C rated ump. And obviously the A make the right call more times or they have a less of a chance of blowing the call. And then there's runner advancement on the a hit. So the first thing you do when you get your teams is go to the pitcher adjustment. And so Trevor Bauer is going to be pitching for the Reds. And first you look at his ERA, 1.73, and you go to the ERA adjustment chart. 1.73 is the best. They're rated in groups, and that's the best rated there is. So I'm going to get a paper to write this down on real quick. So Bauer's on the 1.73 on the ERA adjustment, but we also look at his walk rating, which is 126. That's going to add 0.42. So he's going to go up to a 2.15. So he's going to be a minus 19, minus 4, minus 1, minus 2. So I'm just going to write this down real quick. So what that means is the batter's singles are, you take 19 away from that number. You doubles, you're going to take 4 away. Triples, you take 1 away. And home runs, you take 2 away. So I'll show that a little bit later. And what I do for this, I don't know if it ever says anywhere about if by minus 19, if that would be 19 dice numbers or 19 numbers in general. And I've played it as 19 numbers in general for now, just to make the pitchers not too good, or like taking too many numbers away. So we'll say the first batter comes to the plate, and to start an at bat, you're rolling the first roll chart, and you would roll 3 dice and read them in whatever order you're using. So this would be a 2, 3, 3 for me. I'm going red, white, and then the white number. So 2, 3, 3, and it's going to be a 111 to 666 roll, and you go to the first roll chart and you're going to look for that number. 233 would be a possible wild pitch. My adjustment, because there's no wild pitch rating for this season, would be there's going to be a wild pitch if the catcher's fielding rating is LD. And so we would look at the Reds and even see who is batting. We're going to have Jose Abreu bat first. The Reds catcher, their top catcher was Tucker Barnhart, and he's SD, which is superior defender. So if he was catching, it wouldn't be a wild pitch. It'd only be if he's an LD defender. None of the Reds catchers are, and none of the White Sox catchers are. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go to, if the check or whatever you want to call it for the first roll chart fails, then you go to the second roll, where this is I think the easiest part or the part that makes the most sense of the game is just 111 to 666, just looking at the batter's rating, and if it's in his range for a hit, then he gets a hit. So for Abreu, we'd roll again in 264. We look at his home run rating is 111 to 135. So it's higher than that. He doesn't have a triple rating. His double number is up to 161. And Trevor Bauer's is the right-handed pitcher, so Abreu against righties is 262 is his single number. So 262 and below, he would get a hit. But we also have to remember Trevor Bauer is going to take 19 away, so it goes down to a 243, I think. I think that's right. So anyway, 264 is higher than Abreu's hit rating. And then we would go to the second roll chart, because Abreu, nothing happened on the first roll chart. He didn't get a hit. And so we go here and 264 on the second roll chart. We keep the same roll. We look at here and 8 plus R3. So that means the 8 is center field, fly ball to center. And then the center fielder, if, as we see down here, plus sign, an LD fielder would be on on a D6 1-4, a 1-base error. D6 5 would be a 2-base error, and D6 6 would be a 2-base single. And so we would look at the center fielder for the Reds. We'll say that Nick Senzel was playing center field. He's not an LD fielder, so he'd make the catch. And then if there was a runner on third, R3, runner on third. If there was a runner on third, he would score. And then some of them, R3A question mark here on 260 or 363, mean fly ball to center, and then there you would go to the runner advancement to see if the runner scored. So we're going to go through another at bat. So that'd be a fly ball to center for a Brave. On the first roll chart, I forgot I should have mentioned 111 to 166, you're checking for a walk. And then you're also looking to see if it's in the pitcher's strikeout rating. So we'll roll again and see here. So a 244, Trevor Bauer's strikeout rating. I need to quit hitting this, but Trevor Bauer's strikeout rating is 452. So if it's 452 or higher, it would be a strikeout. So a 244 is lower than that, so it's not going to be a strikeout, and it's not going to be a walk. If the first die starts with a 1, it would be a walk. Doesn't start with a 1, so then we look at the first roll chart. 244, there's no 244, so then nothing would happen in the first roll, and you just go to the second roll. And Tim Anderson is going to be the batter now for the White Sox, 626. And then the rules of this game, the strikeouts would happen on the second roll, but I switched it. Someone on the Delphi forum actually switched it, so strikeouts happen on the first roll instead of the second roll. And yeah, so 626, we would go to the second roll chart, because it's 626 is going to be higher than pretty much every batter's hit rating. The only exception would be someone who only had a couple at bats and hit 750 or whatever. I don't even know what you'd have to hit to get it 626. So rarely will a player actually, you won't even need to check unless he didn't play much. And yeah, so 626 would be a fly ball to right on the second roll chart. I'm going to actually go through the first roll chart again real quick and just explain each thing that would happen on here. So 111 to 166, you're checking for a walk on the pitcher. 211 would be a hit by pitch. And it also says if this follows a home run, bench is clear, pitcher and batter are ejected, and then you roll 11 to 66 roll, and if it's a 55 or 66, the batter is injured. So that's pretty self-explanatory. 212 and 213 are also hit by pitches. If the pitcher and hitter are the same side, and there's runners on base. 214 would be a pickoff. It goes through all the numbers on here. And also when the pickoff is done, if it's successful or unsuccessful, you would roll again on the first roll chart. 214, and then 215 is for catcher pickoff. So, and also if there's no one on base, you don't need to worry about a pickoff, but the catcher pickoff would be the Yadier Molina type, where the runner's too far off or not hustling back to the base and they'd pick off. So there's that. And then 216 and 221 are passed balls. 222 is a balk. 223 is a balk with only a F exclamation runner on base. And the running ratings are slow, which is for these all the sets I've found on Tabletop Sports Down that I've looked at. The running ratings have went slow, average, which is AR. AAR is above average, and then S is superior, I think. So on this, it does say F, and then F would be equal to S. So fast and then superior are the same, and then the F exclamation and above average are the same, and then there's average and slow. 224 catcher interference. 225 or 226 is a home team edge. So if the D6 is even, it'll either be an infield single or an automatic out, depending on which the home team, if they're in the field or at bat. 231 to 236 is a wild pitch. You have to check the pitcher's wild pitch rating, but again, I just have it so if there's a LD catcher, then there'll be a wild pitch. Rare event and extreme rare event, I just crossed off. I don't use those. 251, 252 is rain. So if you roll this the first time, the rain just starts and that's it. If you roll it again in the same game, long delay pitchers have to be removed, and then the third time the game's called. And I remember the first game I played with this, with extra innings, I rolled that 3 times and the game was called, but I think I just kept playing. And anyways, automatic, or 261 to 266 is automatic double play. If a runner's on first, a left-hand batter would hit it 4-6-3, right-handed would be 6-4-3. And then you also have to check if there's a hit after this. So it does not apply with the infield in or if a safe hit follows. So you do still check for a hit, and if there's no hit, then it's going to be a double play. 311 to 326 is if there's a guy on first only and there's no safe hit, and you're going to look at their double play rating. So I think, or no, so the double play rating is up here, 311 to 332. So for the White Sox, any number from 311 to 326, all these would be double plays. And then 331 to 344 are with any runners on. So it's just a little bit different for these coupled rolls. 345 and 346 is a triple play. If there's guys on first and second, and the second row is between 411 and 436, then it would be a triple play. So it won't come up very often. 351 to 356 is the error check. So again, you look at the team sheet up here. 351 to 354 is the White Sox. 366 is the veteran advantage. When a year 1 pitcher, so a rookie pitcher against a year 4, year 5 batter. So if the pitcher's in his rookie year, the batter's in his 4th or 5th year or older, it's automatic single, and the runner's advance 2 bases. If it's a veteran pitcher against a rookie batter, it's a pop out. 411 auto steal attempt, and if the game is not close, the batter is hit by pitch and warnings are issued. So if the game is not close, so I call that if it's 5 runs or more, then the game isn't close anymore, and then there would be hit by pitch and warnings. 444 is auto successful steal by the runner on first, and just whoever it is automatically steals on that one. auto steal attempt on 466. On all these auto steals, I actually I have the stealing chart. I just look on that, so there's a chance they are thrown out. 511 to 5, or I guess the rest of them, they're injuries, and I don't use those. Sometimes I might, but I think they come up a little bit too much. Like, I think every 18 batters, something like that, every 18 batters, I think would be a possible injury. And so, yeah, I don't use that. And then, yeah, so that's all I'm going to do for this video. I'll probably make this a series of videos and cap it off with a game, but you can get this on tabletopsportsdownloads.com. I think it's .com. Tabletop sports downloads. I don't know where the dash is. If you search up tabletop sports downloads, it'll come up, and you go to Extra Innings. They have quite a few seasons available and all the charts that are in this video, and it's all free. So this is one of my favorite games. This, Status Pro, and NPNG are my top 3. And yeah, so that's it for this video. I'll be back sometime with another part in the Extra Innings tutorial.